Welcome to this exciting session of our complete C# 13 and .NET 8 bootcamp. In this video, we will explore the key feature introduced in C# 13. These updates not only make development more efficient, but also solve real-world coding challenge. Let's dive right in. The first feature, it's called Enhanced Param parameter. Previously in C#, the param keyword only worked with array, which limited its use in performance critical application, where stack allocated memory, or other collection types like enum would be more efficient. So now by enhancing this param, it's gonna support more collection type like span or read-only span. It improves performance by reducing heap allocation, provide flexibility in method design for scenario involving variable length argument. When I gonna use it? When creating a method that accepts a dynamic number of argument, or even when working with performance critical application like game development or real-time system or high frequency finance competition. The next feature here, it's called new lock object. Thread synchronization often require using lock with extensive code, which increase the chance of introducing bug like deadlock definitely. Advantage here of new lock object, it provide a simplified and safer API for critical section, reduce code for thread synchronization, minimize the risk of deadlock with a scoped lock. When to use this one in multi-threading application to protect shared resources when you need efficient and concise thread synchronization. Let's move to feature number 3, which we call it escape sequence. That one gonna solve the lack of standard escape sequence for the escape character, made handling control character more verbose and error prone. Then we have here feature number 4, implicit index access in object initializer. That one, previously reverse index initialization required manual calculation or extra code, making array and collection setup less intuitive. And the advantage of this one is gonna allow reverse indexing throughout this operator directly in object initializer, which is gonna simplify the initialization process, especially if you're gonna work with collections. When to use? When initializing array or collection with reverse indexing in scenario where readability and simplicity are critical. Then let's move to feature number 5, ref and unsafe in async method. That one, in asynchronous method, we couldn't previously use ref or unsafe code, so limiting their flexibility and performance in no-level programming task. The advantage right now, if you're gonna enable ref in asynchronous method, it's gonna improve performance, even allow unsafe code in async context, it's gonna increase the application in high performance and low level scenario. So when I have to use something like this, definitely in scenario require high performance asynchronous processing when work with unmanaged resources or optimizing a memory using async method. Let's move to feature number 6, what we call it ref structure implement interface. Ref struct type couldn't implement interface, limiting their usability in situation where abstraction was needed. The advantage here, it enables ref struct type to adhere the contract defined by interface, expand the design possibility for high performance data structure. When to use in performance critical application where abstraction and contract enforcement are needed. Let's move to the next one, feature number 7, partial property and indexer. That one gonna solve, something that previously properties and indexer couldn't be split across file, making middler code base harder to maintain. But right now with partial properties and indexer, you can allow properties and indexer to be declared as partial, improving code organization and facilitate working with large code base or auto-generated code. Let's move to the next one. We call it overload resolution priority. Ambiguity in method overload resolution made it challenging to select the correct method when multi-overload exists. The advantage of overload resolution priority, it's enable developer to specify priority for overload using the overload resolution priority. It ensures the most appropriate overload is chosen by the compiler, which is gonna reduce error when to use in library with multi-method overload, and when we're gonna use it when introducing new overload while maintaining backward compatibility. And that's wrap up our exploration of the latest feature in C# 13. These updates focus on solving real-world problems, improving performance, and making your code cleaner and easier to maintain. In the next lesson, we will dive deeper into C# feature.